What's up? This is Stump the Chump episode 4. As you probably remember, I did get stumped the last 2 episodes in a row. So I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen this time. I'm going to try my best to find the best moves. Feel free to follow along at home. Let me know if you make it through all the positions or if you get stumped on any of them. Let's jump right in. All right, the first position is from Rayon. I'm black, and let me start the timer, and here we go. Okay, so material looks pretty even. Looks like we're at a pawn, and it looks like knight f3 is just crushing because the king can't go there, or it's checkmate. They could sacrifice the queen, but then they're losing the queen. I don't see anything else, so I'm going to say knight f3 check is the move. I don't think we need to spend more time on that one. Let's stop the timer and turn on the engine. All right, and the best move is knight f to g4. Interesting. So knight f g4, knight f3 check is a close second. It likes this a little bit better. Interesting. I guess just going for the checkmate is going to force queen takes g4 anyway. So you win the queen either way. This just looked more forcing, but okay, knight f g4. All right, but we did find it. It was within the 2-point difference there. So I will move on to the next position. Thank you, Rayon, but you did not stump the chump. All right, next position is from Senna. We are black, and I will reset the timer, start the timer. Here we go. So this is an endgame puzzle. Okay, we're up some pawns, so that's good. Although it's tough to get through, because obviously this is blocking our king from getting through, and then the king as well. I mean, I don't see how we can lose this, because we have so many pawns over here. It's going to be hard for white to do anything, but how do we get through? So first thing I'm thinking about is let's see, it's not zugzwang because white can just go back and forth on these two squares and we're never going to be able to get in. So maybe we can either relocate the king over here, or we can just try to push the pawns the way they are and leave our king here, trying to force white's king away and come in this way. So let's just start with maybe the obvious, like b5. If they take, well, then that's really good for us because we can create this passed pawn, which is going to force the king over. So if we play b5, white's probably not going to take. They're probably just going to shuffle the king back and forth. And then we have the question, how do we proceed? If we trade, if we go here, king goes here, we go here, king goes here, we go here. I mean, that actually does look like it should be winning because like let's say we play here and white just goes back and forth. We trade this pawn for this pawn, relocate our king here. Eventually, white's king is going to have to choose which direction to go to. If they choose this way, then we can run over here and take this pawn. Should be winning. If they choose this way, we can run over here and take this pawn, which should be winning. So I think b5 makes sense. Now, is there like a faster win that the engine might like better? That I'm not sure about. Like, let's say here, here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So I'm just thinking if it makes sense to like relocate the king before playing b5, or if it's okay to just play b5 and trade. I think b5 first is good. Because I'm pretty much, yeah, I think b5 is the move. But it could be maybe relocating the king first and then b5. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference unless I'm missing something obvious. So I'm going to say the move is b5, and because that looks like a win to me. I'm going to say b5, and we'll check what Stockfish says. All right, so Stockfish likes, ooh, king f6, b6, king e6, g5, g6. So all these moves are definitely winning. So minus 8.5 on everything. Let's see what happens when I play b5. Whoa. Whoa. b4? Wow. Yeah, I didn't even... I, I never Never even saw that coming. Never even had an idea. That's clever. That's very clever. The point is, white just wants to take the pawn and get a queen, which we obviously can't. So we have to take it, but then they can just move this one and get a queen. And we can't get a queen because the king is right there. So we just lose. So I just took a completely winning position and managed to lose it.
I mean, I don't see how we can lose this because we have so many pawns over here. It's going to be hard for white to do anything.
That's a good one to remember. It's like a pawn. It's like a weird pawn breakthrough with just two random pawns, and it's so good for white because the king is better positioned than my king to stop the passed pawns. Wow. Well, Senna, you completely and utterly stumped the chump this time. Nice position. I totally messed that up. We go back, as you can see, I pretty much could have said any other move and I would have been right. Like literally any move. G6, G5, B6, king anywhere. Just not allowing that trick. So good example of how you can take a completely winning game and lose it if you're not paying attention to the right things. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever experienced something like this. Good learning lesson for me though. I got to pay attention to the passed pawns, right? By playing b5, I allowed white this trick to create a passed a pawn, and that's just no good. I'm gonna do a couple more positions just since I have some time. But nice position, Senna. I think that was a good learning opportunity for a lot of people. All right, next position is from Jay. Jay's actually one of the channel members, so shout out Jay. We are white. Black has just played a5, and let me go ahead, reset, and start the timer. All right, here we go. So, wow, all right. It looks like we are down a piece. This is a little bit scary, although I don't see anything immediate. There's this check. I'm kind of just looking for like checks right now, and everything seems to be covered here. So Queen A4. Let's see. The king has to go either back to D8 or step into the line of the rook, which can't be good. So I'm expecting king to D8. And then what can we play? Can't take that or we're just getting mated. I don't think. Or are we? Are we? What if we just take it and play Queen E4? We're covering the checkmate. We're defending our rook. If we trade queens, we should be in decent shape. I don't know if it matters if we throw in this move to force the king back and then do that. Does that make a difference? Oh, you know what? It does make a difference because there's checkmate if the queen takes. Okay, so maybe we go here, take this, and black can't recapture because mate or mate. So if that's the case, what can black do anything? Let's see. Check. We already talked about not wanting to go there, so it has to go back here. We take it. We're just getting a rook. And we're able to defend our white squares. Black has to do something about that. Maybe bishop d7. But then we can just move our queen somewhere to defend our bishop. Like lots of options here, 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 here. Okay. I think that's the move. I think queen a4 is the move. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is the idea. I guess you could also just take it immediately, because if the queen takes, then you can play check. And it's mate in 2 at that point. King has to go back and you have mate. So, is it better to go check and then take it, or just to take it first? Will the computer think it's different? Or is it just going to be the same? That's what I'm trying to think. Would I rather have my queen there and the king there? Maybe it is just better just to take it right away. So, I mean, I can definitely tell you that these are going to be the two top moves, at least I think. But does it matter which one first? Okay, maybe we do just take it right away. I mean, that actually looks. Then there is a4, which stops the queen check if we wanted that. No, I do like this better. I like this better. All right, we're gonna go queen a4, but I could be wrong. It could be just taking, but I think it's queen a4. So I'm gonna stop it and let's check the engine. All right, and the engine says bishop f5 with a 20-point advantage. Bishop f5? I'm losing it, guys. I am losing it. Oh, because, of course, now we're threatening this and this, but we're actually forcing it because of the check. Yeah, that makes sense. So, bishop takes f3 was next, and queen a4 was next, but I missed the top one by a lot. So bishop f5, and if the bishop takes, then it's just mate in 2. Queen a4, like we kind of already talked about. And if the queen takes, it's also mate in 2, the exact same thing. So the only move is queen to e6. And then we just take it, we win the queen, and a whole bunch of material. Take this next, yeah, wow. Well, nice position, Jay. You stumped the chump. Back-to-back stumps. Yeah, I'm doing great. I guess the takeaway is when you have a mating idea, like I had the idea, right? I saw, queen a4, it's almost made, the bishop's in the way. You can't just consider only like taking a piece, like look for other options to move the piece, and especially when it's check. If I would have just even just looked at basic checks in this position, I would have probably saw that. I didn't even look at it, and that's pretty. I mean, I guess that's not true. I did look at it. I looked at it at the very start of the position before I had figured out the mating opportunity, and I saw, well, no, that's just losing a piece. There's 3 pieces they can take it. And then later, after I figured out, oh, there's this idea, I didn't come back and check bishop f5. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the takeaway is to take more time. I had a minute. I could have probably double checked, triple checked, and maybe I would have found that. So, anyway, nice position, Jay. You stumped the chump. Honestly, I don't know if I can take another stump in the same episode, so maybe I'll just call it a day here and we'll wait for the next episode. Thank you guys for the positions. This has been fun. As always, stay sharp, play smart, take care.